Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. It is Papa Dank, your host for the night. We got two podcasts tonight. Well, hold on. I'm trying to get the image up of. Damn, do I not have all my images up? What the heck is wrong with me? It's been a busy couple of days at work. But anyway, we are going to come on. But first, I want to talk about July 15th. I will be at Justified for VPW's Battle in Bayshore. Make sure you go to victoryprowrestling.com to get your tickets for that event. You'll see all your favorite VPW stars, including Jack Tomlinson, Bobby Orlando, Leo Sparrow, the VPW champion Eric James, Desmond Cole, the New York State champion Leo Sparrow. And we also have this Even Stevens, Steve Somerset, and Steven Asher alongside Johnny Collins, and Valentina as well will be there with her women's championship. And of course, Brother Greatness will be there as well. Also, you're not going to want to miss the Maximo Legacy Tag Team Tournament coming out of Richfield Park, New Jersey on Saturday, July 29th. You're not going to want to miss that show. Make sure you go to Wrestling Is Now to get your tickets for that event, as I'm also part of their social media tour. So I'm very proud to be working with Wrestling Is Now and excited for all the things that are to come. So stay tuned to Wrestling Is Now for all the latest information from the SATs and my channels, all Papa Dank channels, to see what interviews I got coming up for Wrestling Is Now. Man, we already got some hellos in there. What'd it do? Damn, I'm going to play that piano one day. You can try, but I don't think you're going to get very far. But anyway, without further ado, let me bring to you MCW's very own Zach Daniels.
What's going on, Papa Dank?
What's going on, brother? Amber Clapp is saying, hey.
Yeah, part of our MCW crew.
Yes, and we are also part of, let me fix my camera a little bit, the MCW Anti-Bullying Tour. Let's start off with that. Talk about what it means for you.
Man, it means so much to me. You know, as much as I'm a bully at the show, you know, that reflects to what I caught as a kid. You know, me and my family, we were movers. You know, and I'm not saying we were in business moving people. We moved from town to town, you know, county to county. So we were always, you know, we pretty much lived out of a box, because if we ever unpacked, we just have to pack it right back up. So I never really got to make as many friends, you know, as someone that stayed there constant. Right. So when that happens, you pretty much become an outcast, and that draws bullies. So I was always bullied because I never fit in. I was always on the outside of, you know, inner circles. And when I came to MCW, that's when I knew I had my family. You know, I had a support group. And now with us doing the MCW Bully Tour, now we can be a support group for people that aren't even in the business. You know, if there's a kid that's having trouble, you know, we offer training, mentorship. You know, MCW it's a home for outcasts, for, you know, people that's getting bullied. Right. For someone that's just antisocial, we will make you social, trust me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great cause, and I'm very, very honored and humbled to be a part of it as well. And I'm not the only one. We got some news here. Mary Beth Bird is going to be in the house on July 28th as part of the Anti-Bullying Tour. So, Mary Beth, everybody will be excited to see you at the show. I won't be there because I'm all the way out in New York, but everybody else will be excited to see you.
We will send you plenty of pictures.
Hey, send me a picture, have her do a little video, say, hey, Papa Dank, thank you, or whatever.
People, hey, we catch the right fan. We'll probably send you a plane ticket too.
I mean, what day is that? A Saturday?
I'll have to check my calendar. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a Saturday.
Okay.
So you may be busy up.
Fly out Friday night and show up Saturday.
Yep. it's the way home you got to worry about.
Yeah. Friday is
Friday.
Friday night. All right, maybe we can set something up. We'll have her on the podcast to talk about her role. But let's go into your history a little bit. Let's start with how you fell in love with this wonderful world that we call wrestling, as it brings all of us together.
Man, I got introduced in the weirdest way. So my sister, me and her don't talk a lot as much as we should, but I was 6 years old. We lived in a small town outside of Osceola. Name of the town's Kaiser. Well, she used to always go to wrestling, and of course, she got stuck with her little brother that night, so she took me. If you've ever heard about our shows, I've heard Harry and David mention it.
Right.
At intermissions, we're a family show, so the kids get in the ring, play around, don't do anything too dangerous, but they play around, run around in the ring. And that was my first memory of MCW. It was whenever I was 6 years old, I got in that ring and, just playing with other kids my age. And, like I said before, we moved around a lot. Well, moved off. I started watching wrestling because of MCW. I didn't know anything about, WWE, WCW,
Right.
TNA. I didn't know anything about it until I watched MCW live.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And to think that years later, I met my wife in Osceola. She's family friends with the Claps, which run MCW now. Right. And, I started out just going and helping, set up, helping as much as I could with the building. And finally, I said, you know what, I'm going to try something. I've watched it enough. I'm jealous of the business. I want to see if I can actually really do this.
Right. Awesome. All right. So now you made that big decision to do this. And how did you start out in the business?
I started training first, and man, my body, it's not for the faint of heart.
Neither's mine.
It's the workout that you get from training. The next day, I could not walk. My legs were beat up. My back was hurting. Everything, and I was like, man, you know what? I don't know if this is for me. And my trainer, I mean, as bad as we get on each other's nerves, Harry Clapp, he stuck with me. He's not like other people where he's looking for that money from training and boom, you're done. If you're done, just don't even come back. He forced me to come back, and I'm so appreciative of it. Like I said, we butt heads. We butt heads in the show. But that's one thing I could say, he made me stick with it. And, I got some advice from other people and got into the business managing. And I love it.
Awesome. So who do you manage?
Right now, I've got my own little group of guys. I mean, it's not even a group. It's a family. Okay. I've got Bloodhound Baldur, my vicious Viking. Oh, first time we got together, he brought home the MCW Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Wow.
Granted, we've had some bumps and bruises, and now that's on Derek King. We'll talk about that another time. I've also got a good young man. His name's X. Did I lose you?
Nah, it's just my camera's acting wacky. Now I got to turn on my background.
Oh no! Everybody knows you don't have the piano now.
I know,
but
someone wanted to play it.
I've had a few guys in and out of my family recently.
Mm-hmm.
Outsider, I thought that we were going to make him a champion again, and turns out he didn't he didn't like the way things were going, so we gave him the boots, and he's no longer part of the family.
It's not
So
part of the
now
group no more.
So now it's Bloodhound and X, and I plan to keep it that way until we find some new young talent.
Okay, awesome. Everybody's having fun with us on the chat. What about future goals you have for yourself? Let's talk about that.
Well, I somehow have found myself in not one but two matches. I just talked about Outsider, and that was my first in-ring match. And
how did that go for you?
Not at all how I was thinking.
No.
He got the better of me. I held my own, but he was a little too much. I didn't have my family to back me the way I should have. Because it was last minute. I didn't. My emotions got the best of me, and I called him out. I shouldn't have done it without the support of my family.
Right.
Called him out, and he got the better of me.
Didn't
he got
work out so well.
The second one, I came in a little bit better than I was thinking. 187 came out to the ring. He thought he was going to have an easy time.
Oh no, not 187.
He thought he was going to have an easy time in the Moondog Battle Royal, our first annual, by the way. Moondog meant so much to us. Why not have a Moondog Battle Royal for him? And man, I held my own. Granted, I snuck my way out, but I got the better of some people, and there's one name that got the better of me, and let's just say I didn't get the win on that one either. But if they keep putting me the way I'm going, I may just come back. Never know. I like the cushy desk job that I have now. Well, I say desk job. I love the cushy job I've got, but if they keep egging and just working my emotions, I'm probably going to step in that ring again. We'll see.
All right. Oh man, let me tell you, those Devil Rejects, man, they keep me up at night, man. They scare me.
You gotta love the Devil's Rejects, but at the same time, you gotta watch out for them.
Listen, I don't want to cross the dark alley with them.
They don't care who you are. If you're in their way, it's done.
Geneva Clap wants to know if your house is for sale.
Of course, Geneva.
Ray volunteers.
Volunteers for what?
I guess helping you out.
Oh no. Well, actually, me and Ray have had some trouble.
What's up, Geek?
He's seen the light now, and he's doing better.
Oh boy, man, you got your hands full down there in MCW.
Oh, it is never a dull moment. We can have storms coming from every direction, and there's still going to be people pounding on that door at opening time saying, "Can we go ahead and come in? We're ready for the show."
Really?
Never a dull moment at NCW.
I mean,
we have a great fan base. We have a great crew that runs the back. It's all around great.
I can tell, man, just from the chats, every single chat I've had with MCW Universe, it's been like crazy, like
exactly
so interactive, and some of the best fans I've seen anywhere.
And it's been like this for 30 plus years.
Yeah. Allison says they had sirens going off one night and still a great crowd.
Yes, it was.
Who cares about the sirens? Let's go watch MCW. It's sort of like being in a supermarket, right? And the fire alarm goes off and it's like ding, 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 ding. It's going like crazy and everybody's just still shopping. They don't want to leave.
Exactly. And here at Osceola Walmart, if it goes off, they're getting bread, milk, and they're going to MCW.
Hey, you never know. Maybe, I might transfer there one day and, I'll be at MCW every Friday night.
We'd be glad to have you.
If we go down together, Mallory says. That's great, man. Great community stuff you guys are doing with the MCW tour and all that. And let's go into favorite hobbies you have, Zach. What does Zach like to do on his free time?
I grew up hunting and fishing, and helping with the business. It's become more of a lifestyle. Just anything outdoors I've always liked.
Mm-hmm.
But here recently, helping the people that I'm training with, just hanging out in the wrestling community. It draws me.
Let me tell you, I get to hang out with the wrestling community too. I have two homes, VPW and Wrestling is Now. Actually, three with New Evolution now that I'm a part of that. And every time I'm hanging out with the team, the teams there in each respective brands, I have such a great time with everybody. You just sit and laugh and joke around. You watch the whole process of what they do and the training and all that stuff. And it's like
you get caught up and you'll lose track of time.
You do. The time goes so fast that you're like, man, I got to wait for the next show. Like for here, it's every month. So for you guys, it's every week. Right? Correct?
Yes.
So I have to wait. I have to wait a month.
And, doors open at 6:30.
Uh-huh.
Bell time starts at 8, and it's on from there.
That's right. Carl says anything you can do to help, you do. You've earned your spot. You're part of the team. And Terry must be your sister. Our mom would be so proud of you, Zach.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Good stuff coming out of MCW and what you're doing there. So tell me what your favorite part of being a manager is.
The psychology in it. Just being able to know that I can get under someone's skin at any point in time to let them lose that little spark that they had. If I know that I can do that, it's a good day's of work. Just to get under someone's skin and help my guy get the W. That's all I ask for.
That's all that matters to you. And I assume that camaraderie too with the team there.
Oh yes.
It's not nothing like it. Trust me. When you come in as a fan and when you're a part of the business in whatever respective way you are, it's undescribable. And there, I lost my camera again. I keep hitting my desk. I think this happened when the Devil's Rejects were on too. I come back and there goes my piano. Sorry, David. It's not real. Yeah. We just talked about that before, right, Zach?
Yes. My wife, Mallory. God, if only you knew what she puts up with, like in this room, the room I'm sitting in right now. We've had, people all over the state. I mean, we've had a guy down south in Georgia order cups from us, and it's we've got a blessing here to be with MCW, and we fill shirt orders week after week after week. We've got a good design group. And pretty much most of our merch at MCW. Like if you come in as a wrestler, we actually offer you to make your merch for you. If you want to take it with you, that's more than fine. If you don't want to do it, like if you don't want anything to do with the merch part, handling, all you want to do is get the money from it, we'll do that for you too. We do shirts, hats, cups. I mean, if your picture will sell on an item, we'll do it for you. And Mallory's a beast at it.
So me and you before the podcast discussed something that hopefully Carl can help us with. Carl, I sent you the logo that's on the right corner. I had got the stickers. I paid for them to get them made, but the proofs I got back, they weren't detailed enough. So we were wondering, Carl, if you and your team over there, Zach included, can find someone to like sharpen that image more and send that back to me. I can have it printed so we can get the stickers going. And Zach talked about maybe possibly doing some shirts with the logo down there that you guys will just sell as part of your merch for the cause. Just so you know, Carl. Right, Zach?
Yes.
Carl's probably like, what the hell are they talking about?
Because I mean, with you being a big part of it now, with Beyond the Barricade.
Yeah, man, I'm all in.
You know, MCW is a family.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've all welcomed me with open arms, and I appreciate everybody down there. Nah, I got you. I appreciate every single one of you, except maybe those devil rejects, man. They kind of creep me out. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sleep tonight now thinking about it. I will add them to our group chat. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Carl. Let's go to you. So you're training to be a wrestler. Right now you're a manager, but you already had a match.
Yes, 2 of them.
Okay, let's talk about those matches and what they meant to you. And then we'll go to the next question.
My first match against the Outsider, it was basically everything that I hoped and dreamed. I could have dressed up a little bit more, like stuff, as far as technical skills, but when I got to the back, it's just, I was thinking that I didn't do good at all. And I came back to my trainer, our booker, standing and applauding, telling me how good of a job I did. And
that's awesome.
That meant the absolute world to me.
That's awesome, man.
They say first impression's everything, and that was a first impression that you can't take away from me.
Awesome. Now, do you have your gear for wrestling now?
Yes. It's going to change up a little bit.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, do you have it handy so you can see it real quick?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Because a good wrestler keeps the bag on hand, but seeing as how I'm a manager.
You have to go prepared wherever you go, even if you're doing other promotions. You have to bring all your stuff with you.
Yes.
I learned that behind the scenes.
It stays by the front door, though.
Elvis Ivy says newbies.
Of course, he'd put Elvis on there.
Hey, listen, you got to start somewhere, right? He's not lacking in style, as Lance Smitty.
Yep.
Smitty. What's up, Smitty? Zach in that wrestling bag. What wrestling bag? What's he talking about?
Oh, boy.
Let's talk about the wrestling bag since Damon brought it up.
So, if it's what I'm thinking he's talking about, back in January, I was in a bad car wreck. And like we said, good wrestler keeps his gimmick bag with him, keeps his training bag, keeps his gear.
Right.
Never know when you're going to need it. Even though I was heading to my, shoot job, kept it in the truck just in case.
Right.
Well, I ended up having the wreck. My wife came and picked me up, after the ambulance checked me out. Police officers were done. They asked me if I needed to grab anything. I told my wife to go grab my gear bag.
Your gear bag.
And it stays. If I go out of the house, that bag's with me.
It goes with you.
Yes, it does.
That's great. I love it. I should keep my stuff with me. Like I have a briefcase where I put most of my stuff. I should bring that with me everywhere I go. They already think I'm nuts when I talk about like the podcast and stuff. They're like, what? So not everybody at work calls me Papa. It's funny because sometimes I bump into some of the wrestlers I know from around the area.
Okay.
So they'll come by, hey, Papa Dank, how's it going? I had someone come up to me. I don't know if this has happened to you if you're out. Someone came up to me and said, hey, Papa Dank, I love your stuff, man. How you doing? And I'm like, who's that?
With me only being in the business for a short amount of time,
Uh-huh.
and you don't think a manager, okay, they see me out in public, nothing's gonna happen. They're just gonna walk right on by, not say two words, they'll forget about me. That's not the case.
Uh-huh.
I've had a couple of people stop me in broad daylight. Man, and they go off.
Oh, really?
I'm like,
They're going after you because you're a heel.
I kind of back up from them, and once they get done saying their piece, I'll turn around and I'll do, one of those.
Uh-huh.
Like I did my job.
You have to be careful because when you're a heel and you're in the business, people like legit think that you're really that terrible heel you're portraying, and you got to be careful out there because somebody pulls a knife or a gun on you. It's happened to some popular heels. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. But at the end of the day, the people that have had that happen to them, they say, I was doing my job.
I was doing my job. That's right. Best heel in the biz. So tell me, what kind of goals you set yourself for beyond this year? Let's say a couple of years from now, where would you want to be at in the wrestling business?
I know this is shooting high, but I would like to eventually be, closer to the top card as a wrestler. And just getting further into the business, being able to dress my stuff up a lot better. Everyone says, oh, when you're done with training is never done.
Right.
You're always looking for that edge, to make it better and to make the business better. And I would like to be a little bit further, a bigger part of the business per se. Not so much like bigger part in the ring, because Zach Daniels is already a pretty big part at MCW. But, just help out a little bit more with the business.
Okay. All right. Would you like to eventually run your own promotion someday?
I've thought about wanting to, and then I see what happens.
I think we all think about it because I know I've thought about
it. We've all, like you just said, we've all thought about it, but man, if MCW was to say, hey, do you want to partner and run this promotion together? That's probably where I would say yes. But as far as running just my own promotion, I don't see that being a goal. As much as it would be fun for a little bit, I know that's going to be tough.
Gotcha. Geneva says you have a trailer to haul the ring.
Let's keep the trailer comments to a minimum.
There's a story behind that.
Yeah, it's an ongoing issue with trailer tires.
Oh no. Hold on. Two flats. Oh.
2 blowouts, but I'd take a flat over a blowout any day.
Me too. I heard he charges the drive to continuously improve is so impressive. Right? Giving you some praise there. Man, these chats are going super fast. I heard he charges double now. What was that?
From Ray, that means a lot. He's a 20+ year veteran to the business. For him to say that I'm improving, that means a lot to me.
That's awesome. Ray's coming back, Serena, right? I think it's next week. Ray's going to be coming back.
I get to heckle him some.
You get to heckle him some. We got more. We got more chats, man. Him and Mally are the first ones to stop and go get anything needed or do whatever is asked. They are the best. And you're great at taking ribs. Since Ray brought it up, let's talk about a rib that someone has played on you.
So MCW, it's partnered up with TNR Wrestling.
Okay.
You know, it's a few towns over, Leachville, Arkansas. Well, I ended up drawing the short stick, and you know, Ray asked me. He said, "Man, I really would like for you to, you know, manage me a little bit. We'll see how this runs out, and maybe, you know, I'll hire you for, you know, MCW." I was like, I don't know, Ray. You know, we've had heat. I don't, you know, kind of have some issues. We tried it anyway. You know, well, needless to say, got almost to the ring. What does he do? Puts his teeth in my pocket. After everything was said and done, you know, match was over with. He asked for the mic. I brought it to him. He said, teeth. So that made me have to touch his teeth with my bare hand.
No.
Oh man. But you know, I've been a part of some good ribs too.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about him because these are my favorite stories to hear.
Well, we had a gentleman here, and he was the worst of the worst, bad guy. You know, I didn't even like him. Well, he seen the light. You know, he decided, you know, I don't want to be with this group. I'm done, you know, being vicious. You know, I want to wrestle square up. You know, I want to show people how good I can actually be.
Right.
Well, instead of his everyday music, he decides to come out, or we decide for him to come out to play that funky music, White Boy. And it embarrassed him so bad, but it got over with the crowd. I mean, it was good.
I can hear the tune in my head now.
Yep.
Zach's biggest rib is when he shaved his beard. What? How did that happen? Or is it too traumatic to talk about?
I trim it. I haven't shaved it since high school because I don't go clean shaved. I'd be a newly single Zach Daniels if I shaved.
You'd be a single Zach Daniels. Not a good place to be. Trust me.
No.
4 years single, man. It's been tough. It's rough out there, brother.
I'm just saying she'd probably kill me.
Oh, okay. Oh man. She said yes, she would. All right, let's talk about. It's getting late, but let's talk about favorite films that you've watched recently.
Favorite films, new or old?
Doesn't matter.
Any
film that you saw recently. Are you a Marvel guy? Let me ask you that.
Marvel guy?
Yeah.
I'm more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy.
Okay, all right. They just released a new show on Disney called Secret Invasion.
I've not gotten to watch it yet.
It was really good.
You know, I don't know.
First episode.
Have you watched the What Ifs?
I watched everything. I've seen everything so far.
That's my go-to show. I'm not too much of a movie guy.
Okay.
You know, I've watched all the Marvel movies, but when it comes to shows, I actually do like the Marvel series where they're going.
There's another season coming.
Oh, is there?
Yes, 100%.
Sweet.
There's another season coming.
I actually wish there was another season of Moon Knight coming, but
hold that thought for a second. He's addicted to porn, Carlos. I heard that there is another season of Moon Knight coming.
Is there?
Yes, everything's
I
on
thought they
hold because
canceled.
no, everything's on hold because of the writer's strike.
Okay.
So the seasons that are coming next, Loki definitely, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, which they just said next summer it should be out, but they're already filmed it. Like they just finished filming it. Daredevil, which is being filmed now, which is supposed to be like, I believe I heard 16 episodes.
Okay.
And it's kind of like it's a reboot, but it's not. It's like a soft reboot. I don't know. They haven't really gone into details with it.
Are they still going to use the same one from the Netflix?
Yes, it's the same Daredevil and the same Kingpin.
Okay.
But they're saying that some of the other characters might come back. They might not. They haven't really said. There's also Ironheart. If you watch Black Panther recently,
Yes.
the new one, she has her own show coming out, and they're working on Wonder Man. If you know the comics, you know who Wonder Man is.
Yes.
So they're working on that one. See, I'm all up to my Marvel stuff, man.
I used to be a bigger DC fan, but man, here lately, with what the MCU's doing, just
DC is like, I watched Flash and it was okay. I wasn't like wowed by it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I thought it was okay. But the big problem with DC right now is whatever movies they filmed and they got coming out, it's not going to matter because they're rebooting it. So the fans already know that, so they're not going to invest in something that they know is over before it even starts. That's the problem with DC right now. I think that might change with the new Superman that they're doing. But you never know because James Gunn also said that this movie was the best movie out there, and it wasn't.
Right.
It really wasn't. It was okay, and I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like, oh man, yo, I got to see this again right away. You know, I felt that way more about the Secret Invasion episode I just watched, the first episode, because the ending was like, oh shit, kind of moment.
Yeah.
And it just had me intrigued, like the storyline, because it's more like a mystery type thing. So you definitely want to catch Secret Invasion. And we've gone way over the topic on Marvel right now. But I can talk Marvel all night.
I'll definitely watch it though.
No, you definitely got to watch it. If you're a Marvel fan, definitely got to watch Secret Invasion. It stars Nick Fury. He's the main guy. So it's interesting. It's interesting. That's all I'll say. All right, let's get back into wrestling real quick before we head out. Who is a wrestler that you would want to wrestle in the indie scene right now?
In the indie scene, a wrestler that I would want to wrestle.
Yes. Or in the future, till you're fully active as a wrestler.
Man, I'd have to go with Ray. Like
Ray, really?
He's a smaller guy, but he's competitive. I mean, he will let you know he is there. You know,
Okay.
and I've had some run-ins with him in the past. You know, I've gotten to see what he looks like in the ring from his point of view. You know, as far as working with him at TNR when I had to hold his damn teeth. But I think he'd be a good opponent. For the future.
Mallory says, I know the booker. We can set that up, Ray.
Almost instantly regret saying that.
Zach, tell us where you're going to be at next in your future appearances and where everybody can follow you at.
I'm Zach Daniels on Facebook. That's all I've got right now is Facebook. We're setting up a YouTube page now. And that's where you can follow me. But you can always catch me at MCW 6:30.
There you go.
8 o'clock is bell time.
8 o'clock is bell time, and Carl is giving us some more information. MCW
Yes,
Legacy continues at
email.
Gmail.com.
And Osceola's MCW Legacy continues on Facebook.
Awesome, Zach. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you being on, and much success to you and your career, man.
Thank you.
And hopefully we will see each other down the road somewhere.
Hope so.
Hope so. There's the address, 1098.
Yes, 1098
I don't know how to say
West
it.
Calvin.
Western Cat. All right. Osceola, Arkansas. Good job, Zach, says Carl. Carl, I'm going to hit you up later. West Kaiser. There we go. There's the address for anybody who's in the area and wants to go to a show Friday night. All right, everybody. I will be back soon with PJ Savage. Zach, just don't leave for a moment.
Okay.
But I will be back with PJ Savage, and be on the lookout for, hopefully I get the stickers made soon. We get to set that up, Zach, but we'll talk about it a little bit after. Everybody else, have a good night. See you soon.